guys, my name is Faris, the founder of Property Mates, and welcome to the first episode of Behind the Mates, the Property Mates podcast. Today, we are speaking to George, mortgage broker from Fetch Loan. Hey, George, how are you doing today?
I'm great, thanks, Paris. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. So let's jump into our questions today. So the first question I have is, please tell us something about yourself and Fetch Loans, and what do you do in general?
Oh, thanks, Paris. So I've been working in banking and finance for the last 15 years. So in my early career, I worked in a lot of the big four banks and normally around the credit part of the banking. So a lot of like credit cards, personal loans, home loans, stuff like that. And a couple of years ago, I really wanted to start my own business, and I'm real passionate about helping people with, their finances. So I founded Fetch Loans for the particular reason, and helping people around the complexities of buying a home, and also around their kind of overall debt management too. So just making sure that they're always paying the right amount or having the right product that works for them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thanks for that. It's well done. Good journey you have. All right. Moving over to our next question is, please tell us how you as a mortgage broker can help people in their buying or selling journey.
Yeah, so when it comes to when they're looking to buy, we help clients with, who are with, very little understanding of how to go about it. So like those ones who have done it 3, 4, and 5 times. But really kind of when we're looking at people who are buying their first home, we really help them with everything. So that's coming down to like understanding what they need before they even start looking. So that comes down to their financing, understanding the costs involved in purchasing a property, not just before acquisition, but, after acquisition, what the other hidden costs that might be involved that you don't know until you own a home. We work out what, the number one question we always ask is like, what's my borrowing power? They want to know how much do they have to spend? And so that really comes down to like how much money they have to work with up front, their income, like their liabilities, if they've got other debts and stuff like that. If it's like a dual, so if it's a partner couple looking at buying, or is it just a single gentleman or lady looking to buy their first home? So really help them understand not only what their borrowing power is, but also getting down to like, what can they afford now? And let's just say if the interest rates start to move, what will that look like in a 1 or 2 years time? Just to make sure that they know what they're kind of committing to for the next 30 years, and sometimes, less than that or longer. So yeah, that's the really important stuff. And then we kind of also help them when they're looking at houses, understand the different things that might be on an advertisement or the different costs involved, just so they know how that works.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, that was helpful. Yeah, definitely. I agree. All right. Moving to our very last question for today, and the most important one is, what are your tips for people that are looking for mortgage brokers like yourself as a Fetch Loan?
Yeah, so a lot of people say, oh, who's got a 5-star review? So they always look for a mortgage broker with a 5-star review. But it's also important to look at how the broker responds to you as well. There's no harm in reaching out to a couple and just seeing, are they responding to you? How quickly are they taking to respond to you? And just gauging that as well, because you really want someone to be able to be there when you need them quite quickly, because you may have a question that, once you've got the approval and you're looking to buy a house, you need a quick answer. So you really want someone that's who's there with you along the whole, the ride there, essentially the journey. Other things to look out for is when you're asking questions, if they're saying, oh, I'll have to look that up, or I'll have to get back to you. You really want a broker who knows the lender's policies, like off the top of his head. You'd be able to ask a question, he'll be able to say to you exactly which lender he's thinking. That's very important. And also, yeah, the main kind of items is like product knowledge, and also like have the process in buying a home themselves. When you ask them questions like about how things work in the buying journey and like who they should reach out to, like there's a lot of questions that are answered by conveyancers, but a broker should know some general questions there, especially about different types of titles and stuff like that, just to give you the beginner's knowledge you need to know. So when you go and see a professional about it, you've got some general idea there of what you're asking.
No, definitely, I agree. Yeah, thank you. That was very insightful, and especially that 5-star rating. That's why, like, people like you, yourself, and probably mates, always 5-star rating people we associated with. Thank you for that.
Yes,
And
thank you.
yeah, and thank you for coming to our podcast. And yeah, that was George, guys. And if you want to get in touch with George from Fetch Loans, just click on the link below, and he can definitely help you, whether it's a buying journey or a seller's one. All right. Thank you, George. Thank you for
Thank you.
coming. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.